What's up, everybody, and welcome to Weekday Wagers Live on a Monday afternoon. And I'm jacked. I'm ready. Tonight we have a big game between the Chargers and the Eagles, and it should be a good Monday Night Football game. We had an exceptional Sunday afternoon, even went into Sunday night where we did see the Chiefs fall to those Texans. We had a decent day on the show. We didn't hit all the picks, in all honesty, during the show because it just took so long to develop. We had an under on the game that cashed for us as well, but we still missed that big plus 775. We're going to get it one day and we're all going to go crazy. I might even just take off my shirt and just go crazy on the show, just like Pat McAfee does, but I might need to start working out. But today on the show, we're going to get into our picks for the entire game that is Monday Night Football. We're going to dig through the game and break it all down, as well as give you our plays in about 20 minutes. We'll make sure we get you our full plays on what we're on today. And then, as always, we do some prime time pay dirt at the end of the show, tell you who's getting into the end zone. But have no fear. Let's look at how we did yesterday. The weekend, the entire weekend. Most of it was yesterday. Look at that. What a glorious recap screen. Going 3-1 for Robbie Hockey. Mark sweeping the door, going 4-0. And then I went 3-1, just barely. Kaimi Fairbairn cash for us late last night. But I have to say, nobody's doing that, what we did. Speaking of who did that, the guy who swept the show, the guy who's the man of the model. He is the model. Bolt up, fam.
Bolt up, fam.
What up, Mark?
DG, how you doing? We do our Sunday halftime shows, and we have so much fun doing those. And I get to our Monday afternoon show, and it's like, oh, it's been forever. I'm so excited about this week. Coming off a huge weekend. Let's go.
Yeah, it was definitely it was a big weekend, and we discussed it for sure on that show, but also in our text group. And we were having a good time, just letting everybody know and just kind of saying, we're that S right now. And so we'll go up high. Hopefully we don't fall flat on our face after having an exceptional 10-2 weekend. But let's go ahead and talk about the game tonight. It has been all around the number of 2. That's kind of what we've been stuck on. Now we're seeing 2.5, whether it's favored in the Philadelphia side. And I'm seeing DraftKings has a good line of 2.5 at minus 105. But you can get the plus 2.5 as well for the Chargers. So you're still not at the full 3, which is obviously a key number. Do you have a way that you're targeting this game between the Eagles team that is the visiting team going in to Los Angeles for the Chargers?
Yeah, stay away from this thing. Pre-kick. This is my best advice to you, right? I think, look, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm a big Chargers fan. And I am staying away because I really do think we get a much better number as soon as this thing kicks off.
Really?
Yeah, I especially if Philadelphia gets the ball first, this thing could turn into a pick 'em, if not, not a pick 'em. We could see 3.5, 4. I think it goes up if I'm taking points with the Chargers. I also think that the under is in play here, and it kills me to say that, especially pre-game. But I see this as a running back heavy contest between these two. Nick Sirianni took over the play calling for the offense because Philadelphia has been anemic at best the last few weeks. He's looking to, and when that typically happens, you're looking at somebody who gets back to basics, and the basics being Saquon Barkley. You're going to use the run game to open up the passing game. And I think where Philadelphia is bogged down is that they had that flipped over. They were using their passing game to try to open up a running game, and it just wasn't working.
Yeah, I'm curious how this all plays out. I've already said I'm on Jalen Hurts over the 28.5 rushing yards. I do think that they use his legs to get, the play action going, right? Because he can easily turn around, play action to Saquon and let that open up. And then honestly, maybe give the handoff to Saquon and use the play action as well as kicking it out to the outsides to this receivers, because Devontae Smith is really good against zone coverage. We see a lot of that from the Chargers. I'm curious what happens with A.J. Brown, because A.J. Brown's been hot lately. if he continues to kind of stay hot, right? And so at that point, we could have a really good game that's a barn burner, or it could be a game that we're looking at the trenches, and whoever can really set the running backs loose and let them go. That could be the team that really wins it. But the total is 41.5, Mark. So you're saying you like the under on that?
And then I just listened to you and I'm like, whoa, this could be a shootout. So it's, again, I think going into this, if I'm going to pick a side over or under pre-kickoff, I am going with the under. And I just think that there's too many question marks around Justin Herbert's broken wrist. I get it. It's a non-throwing hand. I understand that. But it does affect the way he grips the ball. It's going to affect his mobility. Yeah. He's going to be a little skittish about taking shots. I think that this is going to be a game where, again, the running backs dominate. And what that typically means is a lot of chewed up time and not so much scoring.
Okay, well, we're looking at, that. I want to get into a little bit more of Justin Herbert. Scotty's in here saying the Ladd McConkey first touchdown. How do you think Ladd plays in this game? Because he either goes in witness protection or he is the star of the show. So what kind of game, and why can't we get more consistency out of Ladd?
I honestly think that this game script for this one is we're going to be asking where the hell is Ladd tonight, simply because McConkey does exceptionally well at getting into that 15 to 20 yard territory and really opening up and finding those sweet spots in the secondary. We have a injured, although he's grinding it out, Justin Herbert, who's not going to sit in the pocket that long to give him the time to open it up. The dump off passes, the short screens, check downs, I think those are all in play. If you're looking for a receiver to target, Gadsden is a great. You're looking at that 5 to 7 yard range, just getting behind the linebackers, still fast enough for Herbert to get the ball to him without taking the shots.
Derek over here says that Herbert is a dog, so we're not worried about a little broken wrist for Justin. But why is that important? Because I know it's the offhand, right? It's not his throwing arm, but obviously there is still under the center. You're having to retrieve the ball, and they might put him in play. That might put him more in shotgun, which is fine. Either way, you don't hand off with the same hand every time. You either hand on the right, or if you go the other way, you do the left. How does that affect him? Because there's no way he can grip if it's truly a broken wrist, right?
Right. Well, it's a hairline fracture. And I think that's what's important to remember. We have a hairline fracture. So yes, they're going to splint this thing up. It's going to be like him playing with the old medieval knight gauntlet wrist guard on his hand. But it is going to affect the way he hands the ball off. It's going to affect the way, if he takes a hit, gets knocked down, and he's falling backward, he's putting pressure on that wrist. I think what the Chargers want to do is they want to protect him enough and have a game script in place where they don't have to worry about Justin being pressured very much. Yeah. And this Philadelphia defensive line can get to him because the Chargers offensive line right now is in shambles.
Right.
So everything is going to be on quick triggers. They want to save him, for a potential playoff run. Depending on how the rest of the season goes here. And I think that that's going to be the focus.
Well, I'm looking at the fact that you're a big fan of the Chargers definitely helps us with breaking down this. But looking at the way this game should play out, I'm curious how we're envisioning this because, you're talking about a Philadelphia team who is ice cold, a Chargers team who is red hot at this point. And we're honestly debating whether we go under the 41.5 or over. But we like the under because the defenses are both still good. We obviously don't have Carter for the Eagles. And so at that point, does that help the running backs on the Chargers? And does that help Justin Herbert go ahead and stay away from being in the pocket or possibly a quarterback hit because you're handing it off, you're out of the play, right, immediately. And so that actually could protect him. Does that lean into you really liking the Chargers because they could actually take advantage of a Carterless defensive line?
I do. And I think that because of that, there's also another key metric point that you have to consider with both these teams. Both these teams are bottom 12 when it comes to stopping teams on third down against the rush, which means that they are giving up a ton of first downs, which translates to keeping your defenses on the field. Yeah. Right. You got to be able to stop the rush on third down on obvious rushing downs. And neither one of these defenses can do that effectively this season. So I think that really plays into, we see a lot of extended drives.
Okay.
Barring penalties, etc. As long as they can play between the chains, I see a lot of extended drives and a lot of running.
Yeah, which eats up the clock. Which the fact is, if they get down and make their series or possession important, they're putting up points, right? But it doesn't mean that they has to be a lot of points, because these could be extended drives. All right, last question about the game.
I'm just going to say this, and both have kickers.
Yes,
that are playing indoors. So, and I checked the weather before we came on, so that I know that the weather is going to be nice in LA. So we should be good there. But honestly, these are not two teams that are going to take a lot of chances on fourth down, like we have seen with other teams this weekend. I really think that we could be in for a kicking match, which then again plays right into that under.
All right, so I do like Cameron Dicker. He's high on our kicker model.
Yep.
But unfortunately, he's priced out of 2+ field goals. I haven't decided whether or not I want to make that a play to go over the 7.5 kicking points just yet. I don't know if it's 7.5 or 8.5. I haven't looked at that, but I know that the odds on 2+ field goals is like -145, -150, I believe. And so I'm trying to stay away from that, because I can catch that live in a game.
Right.
But maybe not, because we saw that live on the game last night. They're taking away field goals in the game, and so they're only giving us kicking points. So it might not work in our favor. I'm gonna we'll stay tuned for that. All right, last question on Justin Herbert, and we're gonna get your picks on this game. I'm gonna put your feet to the fire and make you make a decision now before the game starts.
Let's go.
You can do what you want during the live, but Justin Herbert, he does get running a lot, but that wrist is an issue. That's the only thing that everybody's being, I guess, taken aback from, right? That don't want to put all their chips in one way, because they're worried about his wrist. Does he run because of that wrist? Because a lot of people do like his rushing. He's really good getting outside the pocket and getting away. Or if he does, maybe he gets outside the pocket and goes quickly to the side where he doesn't get hit or goes down early. So what are your thoughts on his rushing tonight?
I would stay away from him, simply because I don't think that we're going to see a running Justin Herbert in tonight's contest. No, I don't. I think that the game script for him is to get the ball out of his hands quickly. 2-3 second holding, boom, he's throwing the ball. Reason being is because even in his left hand, if he's running to the left side, he's putting the ball in his left hand, and now you're asking that wrist to support and hold a ball in tight so you don't fumble, right? You're creating turnover issues. On the opposite side, if he runs to the right, he now has an exposed left hand that he's going to be using in a manner he shouldn't be using it in right now until it's all the way healed. So I don't think we see him rushing a lot.
All right, so we'll see. But Nate G says it sounds like we might be gearing up for an old-fashioned offensive suck-off.
Not if you stick around for my play.
Okay. A little tease. All right. Feet to fire. Who wins tonight? Who covers the score? The spread. The score. The spread. Same thing.
Give me the Chargers plus the points. I think if this game goes the way I see it going, running back heavy, low scoring game, the Chargers have a chance of winning this outright. If not, they covered this number. I think when you look at these numbers and where the line is right now, it tells you everything you need to know about the books' approach to this game is that they expect a very close game, hard-fought game. And I think that given Philadelphia's lack of defense over the last 2 weeks, I like this spot to catch a Charger team who is getting back Hampton, who, yes, Herbert's hurt, but you've got a running back that can absolutely destroy a defense.
I'm not letting you get away with this.
What do you want?
You gave me the Chargers cover the spread.
Yeah.
You said if it goes the way I want this to go, or I see this going, I can see this happening. I didn't ask the way you saw it, where you're telling us. I said, who wins the game, Mark?
Chargers.
All right. Finally. I think it's the
There's
opposite.
no way. There's no way in hell I could come on wearing a Chargers shirt and I pick the Eagles. You know that, right?
Yeah, I think the Eagles cover the spread, win by at least a field goal at minimum. I think this could be a touchdown game. I think the Eagles get back right tonight.
So wait a minute. I'll tell you what. So you're going to give me 6.5 points?
What for what?
You just said you think this is a touchdown game.
I think it's a touchdown game. I'm not saying I'm putting money on that, but I think it is.
No, listen, we could do a little friendly.
So you're asking, you're begging about this?
I'm not begging about it. I'm just saying, yeah. TJ just brings up a great point. Let's make it a little interesting. If you think this is a touchdown game, you're going to give. I don't even say a touchdown. Give me 5.5 points.
Now you're begging. Like,
I'm not begging. I'm holding you to the fire. I am holding you to the fire. I'm holding you to the fire. All right. So obviously you don't think this is going to be a touchdown game.
Why don't you go to the normal spread of 2.5?
Because you're the one who said this is going to be a touchdown game.
Make this 2 tiers. What do you want to do for the first tier, the normal spread? And then we can go to the 6.5 point spread.
I'll tell you what. I'll take the Chargers on the money line. Just straight up.
You went the opposite.
Straight up. Forget the points. I don't need the points. Give me the Chargers to win this one outright tonight at home.
So what do you want to make this? How interesting do you want to make this?
I don't know. What do you think?
You want to do Justice That Sports membership on the line?
Yeah.
Loser leaves town. You gotta quit. Oh, sorry. We're gonna buy somebody membership. All right. It was a terrible showdown. I agree, Joe. We do need to work on that because that was not good.
By the way, that was not planned at all. So that's all kind of improvised. We're learning on the go. There's a lot of stuff happening, Joe. A lot of big things happening here at Weekday Wagers.
You're definitely trying to pull a fast one on me earlier with 6.5. Like, come on, bro. But we do have some people putting in some plays. I saw something come through, and I want to make sure. Dicker is 7.5 kicking points. I think I like the over, even money there. I'll have that up on the site after this. I want to dig into, see what we're looking at, not just field goals, but extra points
yeah.
On both sides, whether it's Philly and the Chargers. The Chargers were hot early doing it, and then I think they've kind of slowed down as of late. But I think Derek said nice parlay piece for Dicker, the kicker. They will not let you put 2+ field goals into hardly any SGPs. It's just stupid. But then Joe is asking, do you really pronounce Justin Herbert the way we're saying it? No, we're just goofing around. It's Justin Herbert. We know that.
Herbert.
But yes, on this show, he is Herbert, always and forever. All right, well, the only time I'll ever say this, go Eagles. I hope they kick the Chargers' ass tonight.
How painful was that for you?
That was terrible.
And to be honest, you're kind of wearing Philadelphia Kelly Green.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Seabass, the only 5-star chef in the game. We all know sports betting is full of bad beats and tough calls, but when it comes to flavor, there's no second guessing. Bassett's Blends is the plus EV lock of every meal. We don't need a stinking model. Crafted with winning spices and bold taste, Bassett's Blends comes in 3 flavors, original, hot, and no salt, that's gonna turn chicken, steak, vegetables, any dish into a can't-miss cover every night. With Bassett's Blends, there's no bad beats, no flavor fades, just guaranteed greatness. Check out the link right here where you can pick up your Bassett's Blends for a guaranteed lock every single night.
Just talking about locks, let's get to the running backs. And we just talked ad nauseum. I don't know if DG knows what that means. We just talked a lot about the running backs and how I see this being running back heavy game. Give me Omarion Hampton to get 50+ rushing and receiving yards, and I'm going to pair that with Saquon Barkley to get 60 rushing yards. Put them both together, you get a plus 124 same game parlay. We've covered it, right? Herbert, he's not going to hold the ball. They're going to use Hampton, who is coming back off his broken ankle. A lot of broken bones going on for the Chargers. Coming off that broken ankle, look for him to get involved and really be a pressure relief valve for Herbert to keep him safe. I love this spot for him. 50 is so attainable. Same can be said for Barkley, right? Barkley has got to get going. And if they're getting back to basics and using the run game to open up a passing game, I love this spot for Barkley to go against a Chargers defensive line that is prone to giving up big chunks and big running plays. I love this spot for both guys in a run-heavy offensive schemes for both teams. I love the plus 124 too.
Plus 124 to minus 125. We're going to go the opposite route here, but we're going to keep it simple. We're going to go Keenan Allen over the 3.5 receptions. I want to play this because, one, I trust in Keenan Allen, but also if you look at Keenan Allen, he is somebody that Herbert's, kind of leaned on. He's cashed this in 10 of the 12 games this season. He had a mini stretch for 2 games back-to-back where he only had 2 catches, but he still had 5 targets in each game. But then I also look at how the Eagles play these bigger receivers, the outside guys, and that's where Keenan Allen lives. He lives on the outside. They give up the most targets to the outside receiver, but then also the backups, the number 2 receivers, number 3, mainly the number 2, they give the most yardage to on wide receiver number 2. And so, yes, Ladd McConkey can work all over the field. He can work in the middle, but realistically, I feel like we still have a really good shot with Keenan Allen being a trusted vet. Whenever they need to find somebody, we think Justin Herbert finds Mr. Keenan Allen and goes over the 3.5 receptions at minus 125. I'm feeling good about that, even though yours is more running and mine's just the passing. We only need 4 catches from Keenan.
I will tell you this. Our Power 4 parlay, which, again, last night cashed again, does have Keenan Allen and 25-plus receiving yards is the leg for him. So, no, I do. Look, is there going to be passing in this game? Yes, 100%, obviously. They're going to be throwing the ball. I just don't think it's going to be a wide open shootout.
All right. Well, we'll get to all that. Let's go ahead and get to some of the comments in here. And Nate G, it is 100% blasphemous for us to have anything to do with the Birds. I did not say anything good about them. I just am going and believing that the Chargers suck more than the Eagles. So, yes, that's the reason I'm going to go with them. But we do have some questions. Derek says, A.J. Brown under 5.5. I guess that's receptions, yes. Chargers plus 7.5. The game total under 44.5. Hurts going over the 28.5 rush yards. Smith, 50-plus receiving yards. One, I don't know what the odds on that, but that has to be a pretty big odds, right?
It's got to be
plus 1,000, right?
I would think. I don't know.
But yes, I do like all those. I think under 5.5 receptions is good for A.J. Brown because he doesn't catch in big bunches. Smith should have a better game than A.J. Brown in this game, I would assume. Chargers plus 7.5, I think is a good line because we're under the touchdown. And then I like Hurts rushing and the under on the game overall. So I think this is a great look from Derek right here.
He says it's plus 1287. So yeah, that's a hell of a look.
Yep. All right. I'm gonna give you this one, and I might go to another one because D Johnson's going J.K. Scott over 3.5 punts. Have you looked at it at all?
So again, I go back to both of these teams suck when it comes to third down conversion rates for the opposing teams, right? I mean, neither one of these defenses can get off the field. I think if we see a lot of kickers, it's going to be from the place kickers kicking field goals. I that's the kicker I think that gets involved in this game. I don't see a lot of punts happening.
Okay. So you're talking about maybe fourth down, they go for it, possibly, because it's short yardage, or it's a turnover on downs if they don't get it at that point.
So I think when I mean these teams suck on third down, it's that they're allowing first downs via the rush, by the way. It's not like they're getting beat up through the air. Running backs are destroying them on third downs to gain first downs, extending drives. I don't see the punter getting involved. I don't see a lot of fourth and shorts that teams are going to be like, okay, we got to go for it. And if they do, these teams have already proved that they can't stop anybody.
Which team does J.K. Scott play for? Do we know?
Chargers.
Okay. I was curious. I was going to say, for sure, I don't like that if it is the Eagles. But the Chargers, I could see why you would like that. All right, let's go to a couple of different ones. TJ's got the Red Wings a power play goal at minus 105. Good look.
Give me a second.
Not to dig in too much, just off the top of your head.
Off the top of my head, I'd say I like it.
Okay. What about Minnesota? The same thing, plus 105.
Love that look.
Okay. See, that's what I wanted. Okay, love. We like the other one. Love Minnesota. Rich is behind, but we're going to try to catch him up here. Jay Huff over 10.5 points. I do like Jay Huff tonight. He is taking on the Sacramento Kings, I do believe. Yes. There's no Sabonis there. Jay Huff, he formerly of the Memphis Grizzlies, so I do know a lot about Jay Huff. The points line for him, it is 10.5. He's done this a good amount in the last 7 or 8 games. So I think there's an opportunity there. He's going to hit a 3 a game. It's all about, can he hit that second 3? Right. If he hits 2 or more threes, I think that this, he's been a really good, solid player for them. He's going to get enough putbacks, but he's honestly living out beyond the arc. And so because of that, you need him to hit 2 threes. And then I feel good about the 11 points. And so I don't know if that might be an option because his over 1.5 3-pointers is at minus 150, right? So there's so many different ways you can go with that. I do like Jay Huff. I think he's an incredible player. All right, Jalen Hurts, Tutter tonight. He's got to score, right?
Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like, how do you not bet for him to score? And then it's the times where you bet him and it's like, he doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Robbie would be the one to ask about the Jalen Hurts anytime.
For sure. And we're going to get to our primetime pay dirt here in a second. We talked about A.J. Brown going on his unders. Taj likes that as well. A Kamani Vidal, first like Tutter at plus 1,400. I wonder if they're going to give Amarian Hampton coming back from the ankle those goal line, or if they stay with Vidal there. I'm curious how that all plays out.
So I know that both running backs there are both very comfortable with splitting and going to a Detroit style platoon kind of in the backfield.
Yeah.
I think depending on who is in playing offense at the time that they get the ball there, that's the guy they're going with. They're not going to bring in Vidal just because they're within 5 yards. If they're within 5 yards, Hampton, not only one, can he still power his way in, but 2, he's more versatile on the outside. And if you get him where he's taking on a cornerback and a linebacker, he's in the end zone.
Okay. I like that. Real quick on the TJ's hockey power plays, bro, 21-7 is great. So keep rocking it. But also thank you for sharing them in the chat because one, that's free. And I like free, trying to play free plays that are actually really good. But make sure everybody else follows the line, right? And one, gives your favorite play. We want to make sure we highlight those, but also we want to make sure that we're bringing attention to when dude's crushing it, 21-7. All right, well, it's time to get to some prime time pay dirt here. And so I'm going to let you start us off and see who you like. We're going to go ahead and look at Jalen Hurts at plus 110. And I want to make sure I put both of these guys on this screen because you have Saquon Barkley for plus 115, A.J. Brown plus 180. You could probably also look at Devontae Smith on that side, maybe Dallas Goedert. They have so many options and directions they could go to through the air as well. But then on the other side of the Chargers, we got Amarian Hampton and Kamani Vidal. I wanted to make sure I put both of them up there because that dynamic duo is going to be a question mark. Who scores tonight? But a plus 333 for Vidal, who's been hot lately, I think is a great look. And then Ladd McConkey at plus 220. So which way you going tonight or today or however we're doing, Mr. Marky Model?
Look, I think that I really like, especially at that plus 333, the value that you're getting there with both these guys having equal shots of playing time on the field tonight. Yeah, give me Vidal.
Okay, I think he is a great look. I don't know if I love A.J. Brown for the touchdown, even though he might be in a lounge pick of mine, just because I thought that the odds would move, and they did. So hopefully I get my pick counted, even though you don't know this. I'm actually going to be on the Monday Night Grind tonight. So I will be there doing my thing, my first time on the grind. And so it should be a good time. Hopefully my first appearance, I'll get into the Legends Lounge because I've never been there. But I had a friend tell me this.
It's nice, by the way.
Is it the lounge is nice?
Yeah, I'm a 2-time lounger.
Yeah, you look like you lounge. But I had a friend
Can't get my ass in the saloon, but I can lounge it.
I had a friend tell me one time about this player. It may or may not have been last night. And he said that he thinks Saquon Barkley gets into the end zone. So I'm going to trust said friend, and I'm going to go with Saquon Barkley at a ripe plus 115.
Where's Joe when I need him to call out somebody for being chalky? All right, chalk.
I just don't see like it. I think it's going to be very weird. Who is going to be catching a pass, or it's just going to be like the normal guys, I think it's going to be a game of Jalen Hurts, squeezes one in with a tush push. They give one to Saquon Barkley, and then there's going to be like 2 other field goals potentially. Like I think it could be that type of a game. And then the other side, I literally think you could play both Vidal and Hampton, and I'm thinking about doing this. So please talk me out of this if I'm being crazy. I'm thinking about playing Vidal and Hampton both in hopes that one of them scores. If one of them scores, I'm on the positive side. Both of them could potentially score. Am I crazy?
No, what you should do, and Robbie is the king of this, and I have learned so much from him about doing this stuff. What if you round robin Hampton, Vidal, and Barkley? Because at plus 115, he is going to boost whoever gets in there, and you're going to come out on the plus side. If all 3 hit, you've got a Robbie Hockey legendary parlay put together.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to look at that. And Robbie brings up a great point. And trying to see, and usually we do see this over at DraftKings most of the time, but I'm going to look and see if we can pull up an either or, because I think that would be a good look for this show. But round robin, right? So if 2 of the 3 hits, do I make money in your opinion because of the plus number?
Yeah. So what happens is you can call it it's a Trixie. So you get it's
Trixie.
It's 3 2-leg parlays put together off of the 3 options, and then the full 3-leg parlay. So you get a total of 4 bets.
Right.
And I think that, yes, you just need 2 of them to hit, and you come out ahead.
Okay. Well, I don't see touchdown scores of either guy anywhere. And so I don't know if somebody else can find it. Either first touchdown, either anytime touchdown. Okay, I think I might have found it. Hurts and Devontae Smith to score 3+ touchdowns. My God, I'm just looking for one, guys.
Just one. Who just scores?
My God, that's minus 180. All right, so let's look through these, and this is gonna be live on the show. And yes, this is not professional, but I don't care. We're gonna have fun with this.
All right.
Who do you like the most? So you think that Kamani Vidal will be a guy that you should target?
I think for the value, I think that Hampton is the one that gets into the end zone. I think that they are going to showcase Hampton. They're going to prove that his ankle he wants to prove that his ankle is just fine and that he deserves more of the snap share.
All right. I have a Jalen Hurts, Amarian Hampton, either play to score 1 touchdown. What do you think the odds are on that?
Minus 190.
Ooh, minus 210. Kamani Vidal or Amarian Hampton, each player to score just 1 touchdown, right? What are the odds?
Plus 140.
Minus 110. It's not great, but minus 110 is not terrible for a touchdown.
But they both have to score.
No, either. Either player
I thought you said that they both had to score. Either player to score?
Yeah.
Where'd you find that?
Minus 110 over at DraftKings.
Yeah, I'm putting that one in now.
All right, that will be a play of mine tonight. Don't tell anybody.
Shh.
I just sent it in an email. People are going to be mad at me if I give it away.
You might see this later.
And if you're watching this, because I did get a text message from somebody that just watched the show and is going to be on the Monday Night Grind tonight, I swear to God, and I want to look right in the eyes. If you put this in, I will do bad things. I will find you. Butter boy, don't.
Are you hosting tonight?
I am not hosting.
Oh, okay.
Mikey P's hosting.
Okay.
So thankfully, I enjoy hosting, but I love not hosting because then I can just do whatever I want and I ain't got to worry about if it's off the tracks, on the tracks, where the tracks are. I don't care. I can just go crazy and have a good time. So thank you. Just want to make sure I put that out there to people who might be watching. That'll be our little secret, but make sure you continue to come because we'll have more plays tonight on Monday Night Grind. All right. What else you got here? We're going to get out of here, but I'll give you the final closing thoughts on your Chargers and how this game plays out tonight.
My closing thoughts? I'm sorry, I was just closing our poll.
What is the trifecta poll? What's the number on it?
So we had the LA Chargers plus 5.5.
Okay.
That parlay would be for plus 158. We had the Philadelphia Eagles on the money line at plus 199 and the San Antonio Spurs at minus 5.5. And that one would have been plus 139. I can tell you LA Chargers plus 5.5 won 47% of the vote. That's going to be the chat's choice for the trifecta parlay.
All right. Well, you'll go ahead and get it now, and you'll put out the short here in just a little bit. But we do have the tease of all teases.
Oh, man.
We have somebody joining tomorrow that will be on the show. It will not be me. I will not be joining. It'll be Mark and Robbie, and they'll bring over a friend. What about this friend can we share?
So I can tell you I have known / followed / listened to this gentleman for the last 3.5 years. When I tell you entertaining, engaging, knowledgeable, has insights into college athletics, the world of golf, football, you name it. He is a multifaceted individual who is a wealth of knowledge, and he is just a damn lot of fun. And it's going to be very interesting because there's a lot of people that are watching us and follow us and who know who this person is. But I promise you would, if I gave you 1,000 guesses right now, it would never come to mind. All
right. Well, I like it. So we'll make sure we have a good show tomorrow. Do not miss the show. It will be it'll definitely be a good time with our friend. But last thing, is this mystery meat from fantasy football?
No, it is not.
Okay. It's making me nervous. So we're not doing the mystery meat reveal with this introduction on Tuesday, right?
No.
Okay. Just making sure it's not the same guy. I'm trying to put all the pieces together here on mystery meat. Where I'm trying to look out for you, chat. We need to find out who mystery meat is in fantasy football.
Did you see? Scotty says, bring him in a wrestling mask. I'll tell you this. If we did bring him in with a wrestling mask, the minute he opened his mouth and started talking, you would know instantly who he was.
Yeah. So we hope this isn't just a one-time thing. So we'll see how it goes. But for sure, Tuesday should be a fun show. It'll definitely liven up the Tuesday show. That's the only show that really doesn't have a big piece of it yet, because Wednesdays are Robbie's radar, Monday, Thursdays are football, and Friday it's just chaos in general with us three. So I think we're going to add some chaos to Tuesday starting tomorrow. So do not be late for the show. Do not miss it. Trifecta is coming out here in just a little bit. But thank you all for making us a part of your day. Hopefully we're the best part of your day. But we'll see you all tonight possibly, but definitely tomorrow, 2 p.m. Do not be late. See you.
Bolt up.
Bam.